हेलो बच्चे, कैसे हैं आप लोग। आज हम करने वाले हैं एक छोटा सा फन सा वीडियो, बट दिस इज ए वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट वन। क्यों? एज यू कैन सी, दिस इज ए स्ट्रैटेजी वीडियो। दिस इज ए स्ट्रैटेजी वीडियो। लेकिन तुम लोग अभी सोच रहा है स्ट्रैटेजी वीडियो अभी क्यों कर रहा है। यूजुअली वी डू दिस काइंड ऑफ स्ट्रैटेजी वीडियो इन द एंड, राइट? बट दिस इज ए सब्जेक्ट दैट यू हैवंट लर्नड बिफोर। यस, आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट टीचिंग एप्टीट्यूड। ठीक है। सो ये टीचिंग एप्टीट्यूड के बारे में शायद तुम लोगों को उतना आइडिया नहीं है, और एग्जाम में ये क्वेश्चंस कैसे अप्रोच करना है उसके बारे में भी थोड़ा आइडिया पहले से हमारे पास है, तो बहुत आराम से ये सब्जेक्ट हो जाएगा। ठीक है, ये मेरा वादा है। या वी विल बी टॉकिंग अबाउट दिस इन द एंड, अबाउट आवर विजय बैच एंड अबाउट क्रैक एनसीटी। पहले शुरू करता है। सो व्हाई वी आर डूइंग दिस, आई हैव ऑलरेडी टोल्ड, to make a strong foundation. That is what we need for this teaching aptitude. And if you have that foundation, teaching aptitude is very easy, trust me guys. So what is your starting point? What should be your starting point? I would like to say your starting point should be PYQs. Okay, it's not like other subjects. In other subjects you will study the theory first, then only you will get into PYQs. But in teaching aptitude, I would like to say first you start with PYQs, then you will get an idea about the teaching aptitude, like a whole idea about teaching aptitude. Why? Because to be frank, teaching aptitude is not a tough subject, and if you are studying well, or even if you guys are already starting early, right, you guys do have an edge. So if you are starting teaching aptitude from now, you can easily get 90% mark from teaching aptitude. I can assure you that if you are watching my videos and if you are like putting some effort, teaching aptitude is going to be really easy for you. And this is your starting point, and after that what should you do? So first, before that, let me tell you about the marking scheme. Okay, you will be having 23 questions, and you have to select 20 questions out of this. And this question selection is very important in teaching aptitude, because I told you, you can kind of score 90% if you have studied this well. But teaching aptitude, like GT, is such a subject that have some random questions. Like some questions are kind of unpredictable. Okay, this is not an issue, but this is a thing with subjects like teaching aptitude, GT, and even language sometimes. So if you are wise enough, you can skip these 3 questions. So it's not like you have option, it's an art of rejection. Okay, in entrance exams this art is very important. You have to know where you should reject questions. Okay, so this is a very important one, and this is really important in teaching aptitude. Okay, and the next thing we would like to talk about is how the teaching aptitude like works. So if you're talking about teaching aptitude, like we have 3 parts. Okay, one part is purely memory based. Okay, maybe कुछ रट्टा मार के हो जाएगा, लेकिन कुछ लोगों को ऐसा लग रहा है कि लाइक मुझे नहीं करना है बाय हार्टिंग. ठीक है, it's fine, I can understand, but trust me, if you are learning in a way that interests you, then it won't be a problem. Trust me guys, because some of the topics are like films, and some of the topics are like books. In these kind of things you have to do some kind of memory. Okay, so if you are interested in films, it is not going to be a problem. If you are interested in book, again it's not going to be a problem, and some kind of questions related to language and all will also come. So it's not a big deal, but one part is kind of memory based. Then the next part, as I told before, there are some questions that are unpredictable, but it's not that much. It will be like 2 to 4 at max. Usually in the last year question paper and all, it was like 3, but it's not a big deal. You can even skip 3 marks, right? Then kya hi dikkat hai? And the next part, this is the most important one. In this part, it's like practice based. It's like practice based. That means if you are following teaching aptitude for quite a time, you can easily get this mark. You don't even have to study. You can just look at the question, you can just look at the option, and then you can choose, and then you will get a kind of a feeling like, yeah, this is going to be the answer. Okay, so इतना ही है बस. इसलिए मैं बोल रहा हूँ टीचिंग एप्टीट्यूड बहुत आसान है. इफ यू गाइस आर स्टार्टिंग अर्ली, इफ यू गाइस आर dedicating some time, you can easily get good grades. And as I have told before, these 20 marks means like these 20 questions mean 80 marks. And in an entrance exams like NCET, each mark counts. Like in every entrance exam, each mark counts. Even one question, like in the last video also I told, even one question can have a difference of like thousands difference in ranks, right? So every question count and every question is important, and this is usually the this is usually how teaching aptitude works. And आगे चलता है. Now we have to discuss about one really important thing. And trust me guys, this is kind of exclusive. Thing is, most probably you guys, maybe you guys have checked this syllabus, right? We have discussed that in the last video, and you guys have, like as I told before, your first step is to go through the PYQs. ठीक है, so वो सब कर दिया. लेकिन I believe, like पक्का नहीं बोल सकता है, लेकिन most probably there will be a syllabus change this year in teaching aptitude. ठीक है, I'm just not saying I'm not saying this out of nowhere. Okay, actually last बार कुछ तो कुछ हुआ था. They have introduced a new syllabus, but due to some technical problems they have changed to the old one. ठीक है, and the old ones still have some, like when we have discussed this syllabus video, have discussed there is a terms like COVID-19. Okay, so that is an old one. And in the like as I have told you, in the last year they have kind of released a syllabus for a short period, but that syllabus were having some important subjects like NEP 2020, National Education Policy 2020, and there are some things like National Curriculum Framework of Science Education 2023 and all. So these, I believe these kind of things are going to be included in this year's teaching aptitude 2026 teaching aptitude. These kind of questions will be coming, I believe. And yeah, you can also see some questions from this IKS part and all. For example, एक previous question में आया था, under which three Buddha was sitting when he had this enlightenment thing and all. So these kind of questions will be also coming. But don't worry guys, whatever will be the syllabus, we will be covering these things also, because anyways this is going to help you in the exam. ठीक है, so syllabus same रहेगा, अलग हो जाएगा, कुछ दिक्कत नहीं है, हम देख लेंगे. ठीक है, or this is about the syllabus. And the next thing, like there are multiple things we have to discuss right now. One thing is कितना marks लाना है हमको. ठीक है, कितना marks लाना है, और like ये approach कैसे करना है. Approach कैसे करना है मैं पहले भी बोल दिया, लेकिन like how should we choose those 20 questions and how should we decide like ये question हमको करना है. So for that I would like to tell you about some kind of question composition. So in every question paper of teaching aptitude there will be some paragraph based questions. ठीक है, these are very easy, trust me, very easy. There will be only one paragraph and you will be having 4 to 5 questions from this paragraph only. ठीक है, if you are just reading that paragraph for one time, it's enough. You can save a lot of time and you can get a like at least 20 marks, 20 to 16 marks. So you can definitely choose these ones. And if you have studied this some parts of teaching aptitude before, you will be getting this मेमोरी बेस्ड क्वेश्चंस विद इन सेकेंड्स. ठीक है, उसमें दो फायदा है. एक फायदा हमको मार्क्स मिलेगा ही मिलेगा. सेकंड फायदा है कि वी कैन सेव टाइम, वी कैन सेव टाइम एंड यू कैन यूज दैट टाइम इन अदर सब्जेक्ट्स, फॉर एग्जाम्पल PCM. ठीक है, so this is a very good thing about teaching aptitude and some other subjects like GT. And the most important thing in this about this strategy video is I would like to tell you guys that NCET is not like other exams. Why? Because you, like most of you will be having some confusions about NCET, and maybe you guys are studying for some other entrance exam also, but there you are only studying PCM, like the major subjects like STEM subjects, right? But in NCET, if you are looking, you are having 3 subjects like that. For example, PCM or PCB. And on the other hand, you are having 4 subjects here: 2 languages, 1 GT, and 1 teaching aptitude. So that means this have almost same or more weightage than your core subjects. And here is the tricky part. If you are like, there are 2 aspects of that. You guys are watching this video and you guys have chose this course, that means you are already studying for NCET, and I would like to tell you congrats. Why? Because most of the students who are just appearing for this exam may be preparing for some other examinations, and they don't even know about this GT, teaching aptitude and all, but they do have a weightage, right? So if you are preparing for these kind of things, and it's relatively easy too, right? So as I have discussed before, in the coming lectures we will be the first unit, we'll be dealing with the first unit in the next class. Then you can understand how easy the first unit is. The first unit is about paragraphs. You can easily get, it's like sure shot 20 or 16 marks. Okay, so you can, but if you are not preparing that beforehand, you will be like, एक बड़ा पैराग्राफ दिया है, क्या ही करो. So उस टाइम में हमको टाइम भी नहीं रहेगा. So some students will skip those questions. In our batch also I have seen some students who will be thinking that ये है, कुछ कुछ है, ये मैं ये नहीं करेगा, मैं करूँगा वो PCM वाला questions. ऐसा भी लोग है. बट एग्जाम में हर क्वेश्चन को 4 मार्क्स है. सो ऐसा डिस्टिंग्विश करने में कुछ फायदा नहीं है. And I would like to say, you can focus more on these kind of things, because these are kind of easy marks, and you can utilize, like you can take time from these subjects without missing the marks, and utilize this in the PCM subjects. ठीक है. So बहुत फायदा है इस सब्जेक्ट में, especially subjects like GT, teaching aptitude and languages. But when I'm talking about teaching aptitude, it's kind of more easier. ठीक है. Maybe you guys are thinking like it's so easy, इतना easy बोल रहा है, so उतना पढ़ने का जरूरत है क्या? So then we come to the next interesting question, कितना टाइम पढ़ना है हमको एक दिन में? ठीक है, एक important question है. So I would like to say that if you are preparing early, now you have started, right? So I would like to say you are in a good condition. You just have to watch the videos and you just have to hear it like a story. उतना काम भी नहीं करना है तुम लोगों को, अभी स्टोरी जैसा जस्ट सुनो, बट क्वेश्चंस तो प्रैक्टिस करना है. और क्वेश्चंस भी ज्यादा डिफिकल्ट क्वेश्चन नहीं है. हम क्लास में भी, लेक्चर्स में भी क्वेश्चंस डिस्कस करूंगा ही करूंगा, लेकिन तुम लोगों को भी कुछ तो करना है. सो प्रैक्टिस सम क्वेश्चंस, वॉच द वीडियोस. लेकिन हर दिन तो ये करने लिए मैं नहीं बोलेगा, लेकिन हफ्ते में एटलीस्ट 4 दिन 15 मिनट्स क्वेश्चन प्रैक्टिस में तुम लोगों को करना है. 15 मिनट्स ये तो कर सकता है, क्या दिक्कत है? 4 दिन 15 मिनट्स सिर्फ क्वेश्चन प्रैक्टिस, प्लस ये वीडियोस भी देखना है. नाउ यू डू हैव टाइम, एंड इफ यू आर स्पेंडिंग दिस मच, इट्स डेफिनेटली इनफ फॉर टीचिंग एप्टीट्यूड. ठीक है. सो आई एम जस्ट टेलिंग यू, दिस इज 80 marks and this is kind of easy. If you are starting early, you can ace this paper. So इतना ही है बस. I think you guys are having an idea about teaching aptitude, but as I have told before, your first step is to go to a PYQ. ठीक है. Maybe it's better to take the PYQ of 2025, because that's just very near to us, right? And we can see a kind of systematic change in this from 2023 to 2025. So if you have time, go through all this. Like, we only have 3 previous papers, right? So it's not a big deal, but at least you should start with 1 PYQ. Then you will get a clear-cut understanding about how to proceed with the subjects. So इतना ही है बस, आज के लिए इतना ही है. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. From next lecture onwards, we will be dealing with the real questions and real lectures. Bye guys. No, एक सेकंड, हमने बहुत एक चीज हमने भूल गया है, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट वन. व्हाट इज इट अबाउट? इट्स अबाउट हाउ टू क्रैक NCET. ठीक है, ये सब हमने बोल दिया है, लेकिन अभी ये है हमारा क्वेश्चन. ये क्वेश्चंस के बारे में भी बात किया हमने, और ये सब बोल दिया, लेकिन हमको ये करना है तो कहाँ से करेगा? सो यही है हमारा टीम. as you can see, crack NCET. so as we always say, NCET क्रैक करना है तो क्रैक NCET से ही करना है ना. so and we, according to our competitors, like when we are looking at our competitors, we are just giving you this course for a very less price, and we are all from IITs and we are providing you all these things, ठीक है, including personal mentorship. Okay, so I am also currently doing this course. Like we are all currently doing this BSc B.Ed course, right? So we are having a little more understanding about this course, and yeah, that is our confidence. It's all about that. And yeah, that's it. And this is our team. I hope you enjoyed the video. Bye, guys.